Hello, everyone. Dane here from Moving to Canada. I'm here to bring you the results from the latest Express Entry draw. We just had a draw take place today, Wednesday, January 6th. It is the first draw of 2021. A bit of a strange draw, a bit of an underwhelming draw. I'll just preface it by saying that. But I decided I'd spice things up, bring you guys outdoors. I'm still living in Nova Scotia for the time being, and we had a snowstorm a couple of days ago, so I thought you guys might like to see just a little bit of Canada in the winter, especially for those of you who haven't visited Canada before. Might be a bit of a cool view for you. It's actually not too cold here either. You can see I don't even have my coat buttoned up all the way. It's above freezing right now, despite the fact that there's a bunch of snow on the ground. But let's get into the Express Entry draw results. Today's draw issued only 250 invitations. That's right, only 250. Very small number. As well, the draw was restricted to candidates with provincial nominations. Only PNP candidates were eligible for this draw, so it's a bit of a weird one, like I said. One thing that we're looking out for here at Moving to Canada is whether or not a Canadian Experience class draw may happen tomorrow. The reason we think that is because back in 2020, if you'll remember in the spring and summer, we had a number of months go by where there would be a PNP specific draw where they'd invite a couple hundred people on a Wednesday, and then on the Thursday there would be a CEC specific draw where they'd fill out the rest of the quota that they'd set out for that week. So we're thinking that might happen tomorrow, which is good news for those of you who are in the pool, who are CEC candidates, who've been wondering, will I get an invitation through one of those CEC specific draws? Keep your eyes peeled tomorrow. We can't guarantee that it will happen, okay? I cannot promise you it will happen, but it would not be shocking if they decided to do a CEC draw tomorrow. So that's it for today's draw. There were two other pieces of immigration news we wanted to go over with you today. This is just because it's the first draw of 2021. We wanted to just outline some things to look out for this year that might impact Express Entry. One of the big ones is, of course, Canada's immigration levels plan. We've talked about this before, but it is really important. Canada, for 2021, has laid out its most ambitious immigration targets on record. The country is trying to welcome more than 400,000 new permanent residents this year. And of that, almost 110,000 of them will come through Express Entry, with another 80,000 coming through provincial nominee programs. So that's a huge number coming through Express Entry and PNPs. What that means is they're going to have to bring in a lot of people this year. So we had only 250 ITAs issued today. Don't freak out too much. That's not going to be the norm. If they want to hit these targets, they're going to have to bump those way up, probably closer to what we saw at the end of last year when they were issuing 5,000 ITAs per draw. But the other more uncertain factor for this year's Express Entry is going to be, of course, COVID-19. We saw the pandemic wreak havoc on Canadian immigration and travel last year, and we're just not sure how it's going to impact things this year. It may keep the border closed. It may cause admission targets to be missed. It may cause further processing delays. We don't really know exactly what's going to happen, but on an optimistic front, Canada has started its vaccination campaigns. I follow a vaccine tracker on the website CTV News, and they say I think it's about 170,000 vaccines have been administered in Canada so far. Consider that the population's like 38 million, and we've got a long way to go, but there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and so hopefully things will get back to normal as 2021 goes on. So those are the updates that I wanted to bring to you today. But hey, if you guys have any questions about Express Entry, about Canadian immigration for this year, for 2021, or hey, about Canadian winter, about living in Nova Scotia, about any of that fun stuff, drop those questions right into the comments. We will come back to these comments. We'll answer a couple of them for you. And we are always excited to bring you guys the latest immigration news. Make sure you stay tuned to our feed tomorrow to see if there is, in fact, a Canadian Experience class draw. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we will see you next time.